But how do you feel sometimes when you're challenged by people who look like you? How do you deal with that?
Yo, shut it. I'm kidding.
She said, yo, shut it. I love it.
Like I
I
said,
think it's in, oh no, go ahead, Dr. Joe. Go ahead.
it's gonna be real simple. Like I said, for my size, most of the times I let them kind of just go on. I kind of go where I need to go, and it's kind of like, okay, we done now. All right, good. Let's move on to what I got to do. What we got to do here. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
how,
more willing to accept the difference from someone who resembles what I look like. God, this is versus not. Like I
Mm,
think because we can have it because I, so like let's just say I don't know like Trissa, you and I are having a disagreement about something, I don't know, politically, whatever, I don't know what it may be, but the end of the day is we still have a commonality. We are, Black women.
mm.
There's that's the common denominator. There's some things we might disagree on, but the first thing that we agree on is the thing that like, yo, you coming for me, and I'm coming for you. If crap hits the fan, I'm coming to find you. You coming to find me because we're gonna get out of this together, regardless of what our political differences may be. Versus, because I think perspectives are important because I want to know the whole story. Because if everybody around me has the same ideas, I don't know how much you can learn from that. But the
Mhm.
caveat to that is if your if your if your if your ideologies are some you already know this quote, if your ideologies are based in the oppression and the dehumanizing of my people or other people, we're not going to get along.
mm-hmm.
So
Because
that's
you
like
don't
I
even
understand
value me.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
No, I'm saying because you don't even value me. Like if you're living
Right.
Right.
in that
Right.
system, then
And some
I
people I'm not going to have a conversation with. Like if you
Right.
roll up with a Trump flag outside your car and you got like all this Trump stuff, nah. No, in Kenny Rogers' words, no one to hold, no one to fold, because nothing's going to change about that situation right there. So,
yeah, and so I mean there are instances where I feel like my background, my race, my ethnicity, my culture really do help me to speak the same language. I'm by no stretch of the imagination, fluent in Spanish, but there are things that we like this. We like, girl, see you. Like
exactly.
I have my conversations with my folks, and I'm like, okay, let's talk about Thanksgiving. I know you diabetic, and I know you want the tamales, and it's tamale season. However, this is what we can do, and we have that real conversation. They appreciate that because I'm not telling them, well, make sure this year that you don't have the um name a dish that we don't eat. I can't even name one.
That
Like,
we don't eat.
yeah, like this year. Like this year, make sure you don't have too much lasagna. Like that's clearly not our culture. And so they would look at me cross-eyed if I say, portion your lasagna, because they're like, I don't eat no lasagna. What you talking about, Dr. Boy, Dr. T? What? So and also for women who are, you have that benefit of being able to read other women and read other women in your own culture. So when they are in danger, which is probably one of the most valuable gift I think we have, is you're able to see that person and see through those eyes and be able to tell when somebody's in danger and experiencing domestic violence and domestic abuse. So you're able to pierce through that soul really quickly, and you're able to see that woman who's broken. Like we know what broken looks like because we know how we are when we're broken. It doesn't look like other races. It looks very, very different, and it may look like strength. It may come off like strength, but
Check on your strong friends
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. But
always.
we're able to, because of the cultural differences, we're able to see and know those differences very, very quickly. One of the things so what do you guys think about this whole, um, the elephant in the room? I want to touch on the elephant before she leaves. Um, so this whole vaccine issue, because this really speaks to our people, our culture. Ah, Y'all ready to talk about it? Y'all know I was gonna talk about culture and race and not talk about the most obvious thing that's going on.
I find it interesting how everywhere in the media, like recently in the news, I noticed that like the reporters and like people that have been broadcasting it have been people of color. Like they're making it like a really clear indication. Like, look, we have a Black reporter, we have a Black person, we have a brown person, they're getting the vaccine. Like it's a definitely obvious effort from the powers that be that they really want us to get vaccinated. And I've had several clients that have called me and be like, I've had clients that have called me and be like, well, what do you think about this vaccine? Are they going to kill us all? And I'm like, no.
We are some conspiracy.
But then they ask me, well, are you going to do it, Miss Eunice? And I'm like, yes. But I'm like, maybe.
Like, what do you want me to say?
And I have colleagues that are saying the same thing. I don't know. I think I'm gonna get it. I guess we have to get it because we're essential workers and, you know, we work in Skid Row and the homeless population is, you know, bad and it's hit pretty hard downtown. So it's I'm a little concerned, but I think it will be okay. And I definitely think that we should advocate, especially for our higher risk clients, patients. We definitely should educate them on the benefits of getting the vaccine. I don't want to fear monger and I don't want to perpetuate, you know, previous fears and historical accounts that have happened, especially in Black and brown communities, with sterilization of Black women, with Tuskegee, you know, experiment with the Black man, with syphilis, things of that nature. But I think it's important to just provide information and let them make the decision for themselves. Like self-determination at the end of the day is my thing.
Why do you guys think a Black woman being the head scientist hasn't made a difference? People are like, oh yeah, that's cool, but Tuskegee. Oh yeah, that's cool, but World War II.
Because the head of the CDC is a Black man, and look at that.
Why would it? I don't know. Why would it make a difference? I mean, yeah, it's cool that she's Black, but I mean, I'm gonna be like Eunice, and like I'm a conspiracy theorist from way back, and then this year happened, and then like they took it away from me. You can't even have fun being a conspiracy theorist anymore because they like. But
Some people are.
I think I'm right. That's why I'm no longer like that. But I will say that I've always thought that there should be a healthy level of skepticism for everything, Western medicine across the board. There is nothing that is not without its risks. And a big part of midwifery is giving people, like Eunice said, the power of choice. I'm going to give you the information as unbiasedly as I can, the benefits, the risks, and you really need to weigh that. What are the risks if you don't take this vaccine, right? For your life, for where you are, for the community, what are the risks if you do take it? What are we actually talking about here? And then really respecting people's autonomy. And I know it's really hard in this time because we feel like it's people's autonomy that's got us in this mess, right? Is that we're not thinking in this community thought and things of that nature. But it's hard with vaccines for that reason. People really do distrust. And that's the real issue here. The real issue is that the powers that be, politically, social media wise, it has been brilliant in creating chaos and sowing distrust. So the issue isn't so much about the vaccines, it's how are you going to heal the chasm that's there and heal the trust so that when things come out for our safety, people will trust you. Right? That's the key. How do you get people to trust?
Absolutely. It's like you're in that really dysfunctional relationship and both of you know that it's dysfunctional. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where there's a crisis and crap hit the roof. And then you're like, well, how we figure this out? Because I don't trust you and you don't trust me.
Right.
Somehow we got to make this together because now we need each other. And that's what it feels like. I think the healthcare system fell short in not addressing these disparities before a crisis happened.
Holistically, just like Olivia said, from beginning, like we had talked about a long time ago about changing the narrative, because you can't say, okay, $50,000 people are dying today. Okay, but we're going to open the schools tomorrow. Like there's no time in between for you to change the narrative to help us fully understand what's going on. So now you're saying, okay, we didn't have a vaccine for almost a year. Now we got it. It's a huge push. Put all these Black faces in front of it. And my first thought is, why? That's how, and then it's our history with the medical field, as you all already know. But my thing is, I have a lot of questions. Like Olivia said, if the narrative from the beginning had been a holistic narrative in regards to, this is the folks that are dying, break that all the way down. But this is the people who are also surviving, who have survived it, who have lived. This is what they've done once they've had it. If you gave me the whole perspective in regards to this, to COVID, I think you will have a better response, because you can't say, the meat, trust this, don't trust that, trust this, and all of a sudden, okay, now trust us today. All this happened within the last month of trust, not trust, vaccine, no vaccine. Now we have it, and now you're showing all these Black people ahead of the CDC. I'm glad that they're there, but it doesn't change the fact that there's a historical context in regards to the medical field and Black folks, from gynecology to Tuskegee to all of that.
Right.
And Latinos too.
Olivia is right. Like, that should have been
experimented with us too. Puerto Ricans,
Guatemala especially. Yes, they did.
Native Americans. I mean, like the reality is, I think, like Chastity said, if the people who have power would come out and say, listen, there are risks to these things, right?
Atonement, like, acknowledge it.
These are the things that we really think this can help with. Yes, we put out a vaccine in 8 months. That is unheard of. Yes, that is true. You are valid in your fears. Yes. Here is what can happen, you guys, if we don't get this under control. Right now, these are our choices. So here's the vaccine. This is if we keep going this way. And yes, there are pieces of that being said in certain news cycles and such, but I'm not gonna lie, and I've always said this in my profession, I'm always hesitant when it comes to vaccines. Always.
Yes.
Because it's like, okay, what happens if I don't take it? What happens if I do take it? Oh, I'm gonna die if I don't take this one. I'll probably take it. Yeah, it makes sense, right? I don't want to play too much with that.
But yeah, give me the information so I can make an informed decision. So I can at least feel like I can have a choice.
And that goes on both ends. I have commented on a few posts on social media from our community that is showing the absolute extreme of the other side, where it's layered with conspiracy and layered with untruths. And my thing is, I get that you feel that that's going to catch the itchy ear of the person who lives in the past of what has historically happened. And I'm not saying to forget the past by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying that you're doing ultimately the same thing. You're stealing my ability to choose for myself based on facts. You are changing the narrative so that I'm in alignment with what you want for yourself. But my experience may be different. I may be living with the elderly. I may need to protect my grandparents. I may need to protect my loved one who may be suffering from cancer. I have a girlfriend right now who's undergoing cancer treatment. I may be, her household may be a little bit different. Her decision making may be a little bit different. I may be the pregnant person who needs to be protected in a household. I may be a healthcare worker who is taking care of COVID patients every single day and completely scared to death every time I go to work that this may be the day. How many healthcare workers are like, wait a minute, what's that itch? What's that?
Every day when they're like, don't come to work if you feel symptoms. You're like, I feel symptoms every morning. I don't know.
You're like, what's that tickle? I feel a tickle. I tell y'all I felt a tickle. And so our circumstances are very, very different. And we need to allow each other the freedom to make these decisions. Don't push me in one direction because it sings to your narrative. Give me the freedom to make the decision on my own. But where do we go from here? There's a possibility that the bias and racism that's in medicine may continue to cost us, because there may be people who are so hurt by the past that they may choose not to take this vaccine, and we will continue to see deaths in our community. That is a possibility, because the numbers are still rising. So it's not like this is a projection, it's what's happening now. The numbers
that fear is real. Like you were talking earlier, like you had a doctor who died during childbirth. Like, she was a doctor. So if we're a lay person, and if a doctor couldn't advocate for herself, where do we stand as a person who's not a clinician, who may not have access, who may not feel comfortable questioning the professional, but
May not know the questions to ask.
Or know the questions to ask. I think Olivia summed it up perfectly. And that is, one, make atonement for the past. Acknowledge, that's one thing that in America that has yet to be done, is for the atonement caused to Black folks, Indigenous folks, people of color, brown folks, all of that. No one has made atonement for that. So you're asking us to trust you when things, even though they happened in the past, but there's some things that are still occurring right now, presently, in the future.
It got published earlier this year.
Yeah, so it's like our fear is based in reality. But I think Olivia's point, I mean, you just might as well go ahead and write that paper and send that to the CDC, because it's the holistic thing. Don't take my choices away from me in a time where we already feel like we don't have control or a choice. Like you said, Dr. Moore, give me the freedom to make a choice. And then whatever choice I make, don't shame me for making that choice. That if I take it, cool. If I don't, cool.
Yeah, that's what's nasty today and age, is that now you get grouped into something and nobody's allowed to just be who they are. And then
that group think mentality, Eunice.
That you don't care about me. That means that you want me to die. If you don't do it, you don't care about I mean, it's so layered that you're like, damn, wait a minute. Either we care about each other.
There's no gray area. It's either Black or white. Like one or it's like you're either on this side or that. Like even you look at it, like even the way the pandemic was handled, it was so politicized. You see who wears a mask and who doesn't.
It's a look.
Oh, it's totally a look. I don't wear a mask when I walk my dog because I stay away from everybody and way outside, and people are looking at me crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I believe in science. I wear a mask, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't put on a mask. I need to walk on, stay away. I'll cross the street. It's fine.
I'm not. Task to talk about something about 5 in the morning.
I'm not functioning at 5 in the morning, so we're gonna forgive her. But she should wear her mask, but we'll leave that alone. Now I'm teasing.
I just stay away. I walk across the street from people. They walk in and I move to the side with the dog. I give them 6 feet. I give them 6 feet.
Olivia, if I walk in your wind after you go in your house, I'm coming after you. But where do we go from this? Like, how do we fix the broken relationship even through COVID? Even if Black folks say and Latino folks be like, all right, fine, I get it, I'm gonna take this vaccine, but tomorrow I still don't trust you. Like, how do we fix this? Because that's gonna happen.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard, right? Like, I don't even have an answer for my own question.
Nope.
Like, how do you fix it?
The start is acknowledgement. Acknowledge. Let's start from the basic. Acknowledge.
That's what I said. Exactly.
Right, like you said, call a spade a spade. Can we just be real?
How about we give Black folks equity and reparations? How about we start there and we create opportunities and change the disparity in access to financial resources and medical resources for Black and brown people in this country? Especially if you're a descendant of the African diaspora. Like, do that.
Yeah. Where will like 2% of physicians are Black females? 2%.
I mean, it's terrible.
Taska, something you said earlier, I know I'm talking a lot, but this is really touching me. You were talking about Black physicians. I make it a purpose to find someone. My dentist was Black, my OB is Black, my hairdresser is Black, my therapist is Black. Everybody reflects, because I don't want that fear of there's a trust commonality that I have. Like, if I were to see you or Olivia or Eunice or Dr. Job walk in, I'm like, cool, I'm taken care of. I'm good to go. Because I do trust you. Like, I do have some skepticism, but when I see a Black woman or a woman of color, let me be honest. When I see a Black woman walk in and I do my research, because you need to look like me. Because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Just like you said, Dr. Moore, like, I know you about to have that dressing, so I'm gonna need you to talk to me about that. I'm like, okay, she know about dressing. There's some greens. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have it. So there's that level of rapport that you have. There's a level of safety that you have. And I'm just like, go ahead, sis. When you walk in that office, I'm cool.
But so you know what's interesting, Chastity? I have read a post, and Eunice, you can go after. I just wanted to touch on what she said. I read a post that said, "Don't trust Black doctors either because they're part of the establishment." That stuck me in my heart. When I tell you
Oh
stuck
yeah, I
me,
don't
I
feel
think I
that.
text one of y'all because I was like, they said don't trust us. Like we're on both sides. We're patients. We get hit with it as patients, and then on the other side as clinicians. So that really hurt me that there are people of color
That's rough.
who feel like they also cannot trust Black physicians, which is crazy to me. But
I've had minority clients that tell me what you just said. Oh, you work for the government. You a sellout. I've had
Mm,
clients tell me that.
I can hear
I
that.
don't trust you. You work with DCFS. You're gonna report me. You're gonna report my children. You're gonna call such and such to come and investigate me.
I mean, it really takes a lot of grace. I'm gonna still Chastity's words. She likes to talk about grace. It really does take a lot of
Grace
grace
and peace.
because I will tell you it's hard because sometimes I do take it personal because I love being an advocate for us and I love
Mhm.
standing up and being in that space intentionally, being in that fight intentionally. Um, because we can be in a nice private office, right, Olivia, somewhere. Well, maybe not private, but yeah, we
No,
can
we could. We could.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna
not
feed your
cut from that
soul.
mold.
It doesn't, and that's
Talk
why I
about
don't
it,
do it. You're
Trissa.
right. It does.
That
It
ain't
doesn't
gonna
feed
feed
my
your
soul.
soul.
You're right. You're right. But it's still
That's
not.
it. Like,
But there has to be a
yeah, we
fine
surely could.
balance though, because public health and public mental health, like the kind of work we do, is very taxing emotionally on us
It
and
is.
weighs
It
heavy on
is.
us, and we don't
It
get
is.
paid in public mental health or even in public health what we
Yeah.
are worth and our
No.
services. And I've been in public health and public mental health for 12 plus years, and I'm like, I paid my dues. Like, I deserve to not be so tired all the time.
Right, right.
Mm,
Yeah, I
true.
totally hear you. What were you saying, Trisha? Dr. Job? I
I
missed.
don't even remember what I was saying no more.
Yeah,
Well, no, I'm lying. What I was saying is, you're right. We could be doing private work. We could be working with the the clientele who can afford to give us any month that we want to pay. But the problem is, if we did that, it wouldn't feed our soul. Like, we would not
mm,
feel good walking around knowing that we haven't cared for our own. I mean, this is why we're doing this. We are the ones that are drawn to this because this is what we want to do. We want to take care of the people that look like us.
mm.
We
Are
want
you
to make
sure?
sure that our
Are
community
you
is.
sure? The Tesla might be nice. Sometimes the Tesla
Listen,
be calling to me.
it's that balance. Like, I keep talking about it, and my husband keeps talking
Yeah.
about, yeah,
Listen,
you gotta make your own clinic, and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. I'm like, whatever it is, even if I go do something, and let's imagine I decide I'm gonna be straight cash based, there's gonna have to be some portion of me where I'm now working in
Yep.
some sort of underserved community. It just doesn't.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
I
But the
hear you.
Tesla
Tesla
do be
whooping
calling
us
my name
though.
though.
That Tesla
I,
whooping
I
us
see you.
because I still drive my Toyota Corolla 2000.
Girl, I there with you too. My old beat up Honda Accord. But I agree with Dr. Job. I think there is some commonality when you work with your own folks. I love being a therapist to Black and Brown people. When I went to grad school, I promised myself that I would go into public mental health after I lost my cousin to suicide. In my undergrad program, he was 21, he committed suicide. And I promised that I would advocate and I would speak to more youth and people of color about mental health awareness, suicide prevention, because I knew firsthand how it impacted our communities. And I work in Skid Row and I've been there for almost 4.5 years now, going on 5. And I know that my work is very valuable. My clients, for the most part, I have those clients that are resistant and don't trust and are a little paranoid. But I have a lot of, and majority of my clients, like I would say, like 80% of my clients are Black and Hispanic, probably more Black than Hispanic. I carry a really large caseload of mostly Black males, and I love them and I love working with them. And it takes a while to build that rapport and that trust with them. So I do appreciate them even trusting me and coming back to me for treatment, because a lot of them, probably the first time they've ever had a interaction with public mental health.
And I tell you, Eunice, I have definitely seen, and I'm sure the rest of you have also, the evolution of people of color with mental health and being open to therapy. And it's just been beautiful. Like before, I remember, not that long ago, you would have to try to figure out, oh, how do I tell her that she may benefit from therapy? And you had a little bit of hesitation, not in terms of offering them the service, but of bringing up the topic. But now I'm like, girl, I think we need some therapy. Let's go to therapy, and it's just, the openness and the embrace. And I definitely think that that's also been an evolution in during this year, that somehow mental health in some aspect has become normalized because we've talked about it so much, and that people are really enjoying the virtual aspect of it. And so now they like, yeah, let's talk, and I love that. I really love I love the fact that our communities are so much more open to mental health and to getting therapy, and their mental wellness is now becoming a priority. And we're okay in saying that, we're okay embracing that, and we're okay in making it a part of our daily living. So I definitely have enjoyed that evolution myself.
And medication too. A lot
Yeah.
of clients are open to take antidepressants, are open to take antipsychotics, anti-anxiety medication. There's been a lot of resistance where a lot of clients will come to therapy, but they won't take the meds. And then once they do take the meds, and if it's a good fit for them and they have a good psychiatrist, you need a good psychiatrist, then it makes a world of a difference. And that's the other thing. We need more Black psychiatrists. We need more brown psychiatrists.
Yes.
Period.
I think part of that is actually probably from the faith community also, because the faith community, I'm not going to touch on no biblical scripture because this is not that platform. Okay. But I will talk.
Amen, sister. Amen.
I will talk in general. And in general, the, the faith-based community used to stigmatize mental health, and used to stigmatize, and some still do, the use of medication. And it's the teaching of people, because I never really understood why something that is a chemical imbalance, that results in a physical manifestation of mental illness, was somehow seen from the medication you take for your heart. But for some reason, we made that distinction, and in some ways, in some religions, also demonized it. And so now, a lot of us have been really talking and advocating for mental health and for the demonization of mental wellness, that I think it's definitely beginning to have an impact. And I don't want to ignore the fact that faith-based platforms have had an influence on people's decision making during the pandemic. Have you guys observed anything like that? I know I have. The Black church has been hit hard, hard. A lot of leaders have died. People have died, unfortunately, following different leadership. So definitely faith in our community, because faith is very much a strong part of minorities, the minority experience. And that has definitely played a role in some of the outcomes that we're seeing.
I agree. I had to keep telling my dad to stop going to church behind closed doors. I had to tell my cousins to stop going to church, meeting in secret indoors. Like, what are you guys doing?
Wow.
Like, it's real. And I have a lot of other Black and brown friends that same thing. Their parents or cousins or uncles, like in different parts of the country,
Yeah.
continue to congregate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had outbreaks at some of these churches.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. And so, I love the fact that we've talked about so many aspects of who we are as people of color. We are layered in so many ways, and this is just another aspect of our experience as professionals. Our experience is quite different depending on our specialty, and it's quite different from a lot of other careers. But certain things are not unique to us. So we thank you guys for joining on with us today. We gave you an extended version today. Okay, y'all better thank Zoom, because had they not extended their time, we would have been out. Deuces out. But it's the end of the year. This is our special gift to you. We hope you enjoyed this conversation. You can meet us where, Olivia? midwife extraordinaire who's heading to the Dominican Republic, but we still gonna find her and ask her to send her some food and lay on the beach and sip some pina coladas. Okay, Olivia, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at This American Midwife.
Awesome, awesome. And I realize when I do this, you guys are really on that side. So, Miss Extraordinary Chastity, where can we find you on Instagram?
Sorry. On Instagram.
Oh, wait. I might have to screenshot that. Where we can find you?
On Instagram at miss._Chaz, CHAZ. Yes, a dot in an underscore midwife.
I'm just saying, they're right next to each other.
All right. Just complicating folks and stuff. Just dot and underscore. All right. And our two fabulous holding up, actually both with Caribbean backgrounds. All right. Where can we find y'all? Come on, Doctor. Oh, hold up. We gonna save Dr. Joe for the minute. You just hit us up with your handle.
It's at Instagram at Eunice, EUNICE. It's how you spell my name, and then DA, and then therapist. Eunice.
Awesome. Dr. Joe, take us out with your handle. Come on. We're
on Instagram at tristajob.dpt.
Okay, I'll put my phone down. I was going out. I had you. She got it.
And you can find us at Healthy Bump Club. This is Dr. T. We hopped on here for what? A quick minute. We're wrapping up 2020, and you can find us at Healthy Bump Club. Please join us on Instagram and on YouTube. Don't miss our, delightful discussions, in-depth discussions. We take it there. We will go there and talk about it. And definitely join us on Facebook as well. We appreciate you following us this year and supporting us as we start this journey. We have some amazing topics coming up at the top of 2021. We done lost the doctor. 2021.
Time to sign
off. We hanging on by a thread.
That phone is like, it's time to go.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Ho. Let us know.
Well, ladies, I just want to say before we sign off, I appreciate you guys. I absolutely appreciate y'all hanging in there. You guys are amazing. I don't know what good I did in my life to deserve y'all, but I think it's just absolute grace. So I absolutely appreciate you guys for just y'all amazing. Y'all amazing. Y'all know.
Likewise.
Are you?
Y'all amazing.
We have a great leader.
Our missing sister.
Shout out to Karen.
I know, yes. Karen, we miss you. We miss you, girl. We miss you.
What a touch.
Join us in 2021. You guys, we have one more episode next week. You want to wrap up the year of 2021 with us. And after that, wrap up
2020, Tasca.
Hey, Tasca, you just skipped the whole year, baby.
It's all right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am ready for 2021. Come on.
I know. Me too, girl.
Come and go. Jesus.
Me too. We ready.
All right, we're gonna get it in 2021. Make sure you follow us. We have some great conversations coming up. You ladies have an amazing. Well, I don't know. Weekend. Where are we? I'm disoriented, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.
Buenos noches. Bye.
Hey you guys, it's Dr. T hopping on here for a quick minute. We just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us on this platform. Make sure you check out our other videos. Lots of great topics, lots of great laughter. We have a good time, but we also share great information. Our passion is to make sure that you are living your best life. So make sure you check out our other videos. Share this platform with your girlfriends, with your best friends, with your good friends, with your not so good friends. Share it with everybody. And make sure that they follow us as well and join our community. Thank you for being a part of our community. This is our community together as women, and we hope that you are enjoying this journey with us. We just want to make sure that you know that we appreciate you. Make sure you follow along with us for the new year. And we have great topics, hot topics, sizzling topics, topics you want to talk about for 2021. And we just want to wish you an amazing, a bright and better 2021, being the best you. Love you guys. See you later.